Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's Wednesday, but here we are. We're going to rank some 8-bit Nintendo games here, today, now. This is episode 62, if I'm not mistaken. Did I increment the number appropriately? Yes. Yes? Let's check. Yes. Here we are. Ranking video games, scientifically speaking, until every 8-bit Nintendo... easy for you to say. Until every 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System game released in North America is on this list. We will not cease. If you would like to influence the list, the order of games played and all of that sort of stuff, you can join the Gerstmann advisory panel today over at patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. And, there's a post where you can leave your comments, and I will pick games from that list, which is what I have done this week. Here at the top of the show, though, we have a little bit of an update here. Science evolves, as they say. And we must be willing to correct mistakes and make sure that we are, performing the science accurately. As it turns out, after further research, this is something that was a YouTube comment from some time ago that, I was finally able to kind of spend some time researching and make sure that this was appropriate and make sure that this was correct. It turns out that Treasure Island Dizzy was not released on its own until relatively recently, when it was released on an Evercade cartridge. And so there is a dump going around of Treasure Island Dizzy separate from the games in Quattro Adventure. But that is something that came from that is a much more recent release. And so, as such, Treasure Island Dizzy has been stricken from the list. Quattro Adventure, it was a number 358, directly below Quattro Adventure. So the list collapses quite nicely. But yes, we have removed that one from the list because it was not originally one of the releases. It was originally not a standalone release, and so here at the Institute, we regret the error, and we will redouble our efforts to ensure accuracy in the future. Quattro Adventure, of course, remains on the list. I thought, as a result, in a bit of a tribute to this, it might be prudent here to listen to the audio that came from the Treasure Island Dizzy helpline. I believe this was something that existed in the United Kingdom, and it was a phone number you could call to get tips for Treasure Island Dizzy. So if you are looking to play Treasure Island Dizzy, this may be this may help you. This may spoil it for you, though. So why don't we give this a listen here?
Thank you for calling the Treasure Island Dizzy helpline. Please remember that this phone call is more expensive than a normal phone call, and you must ask permission from the person who pays the phone bill.
Mm-hmm.
We advise that you only listen for as long as you have to, because the full solution will shorten your enjoyment of the game.
Mm.
So here is the complete solution to Treasure Island Dizzy. Take the empty chest to the bottom of the cliff and drop it. Climb on the chest and jump left.
Yeah.
Walk left over the bridge, past the grave, and into the treehouse complex. Avoid walking underneath traps. These will kill you.
This is the vibe of a numbers station broadcast.
It's too difficult for me to describe, so you should explore it for yourself. Find a small stone on a ledge towards the top left of the trees. Kicking this lowers a ledge in the middle of the complex, revealing a new route. Near the stone there's a snorkel. Take this, as you'll need it to breathe underwater. Walk along the new route and find the infrared detonator, a glass sword, and a video camera that was obviously left by a tourist. With these objects, you can head back to the beach. Enter the sea holding your snorkel, and make sure you avoid all the wildlife. They're all deadly. Jump over the crab and pick up the saltwater spade. Use the spade on the wobbly rock to the right of you.
The wobbly, yeah, okay.
This will release a bubble which you can stand on. Now you can reach the second island. You should be able to find the axe next to a grave. This can be used to break the bridge on the first island. And walking further along, you'll find a pier with a large golden key on it. Using the glass sword, you should tap on the grave. It will open, and you can go down into the cave below. But make sure you're holding the snorkel. If you go left, you can find some dynamite. This can be used to blow up the rocks in the mine to the left of the treehouse complex.
Okay, yes.
Drop the dynamite by the rock pile. Then stand behind the large rock to the right of you and drop the detonator. Now you'll be able to get the bag of gold coins. The fish by the dynamite can be avoided by following it closely as it exits to the screen to the left. Going right in the cave below the grave, you should find some barrels to jump over. And at the end, between the table and the 3 barrels, there's a trapdoor, which can be opened with the large golden key. Below, you'll find a hidden kitchen with a microwave oven.
Of course.
Go back to the bridge on the first island and break it with the axe. Make sure you have the snorkel with you, as you'll be falling into water. Down here, you should find Hookjaw's treasure. You can take this back by exiting through the grave to the left. The treasure is cursed, and you'll be struck by lightning if you're not holding the Bible.
Oh.
Now you've collected all 4
Did we have the Bible? Did you tell us where to get the Bible?
Give them to the storekeeper on the second island. The bag of gold coins, Hookjaw's treasure, the microwave oven, and the video camera. In return for these things, he'll give you a boat, a motor, a can of petrol, and an ignition key. Take all these to the pier, drop them in the water, and jump on the moving boat. The boat will take you to the mainland, but you must have all 30 gold coins with you to pay the shopkeeper's twin brother. That completes the solution for Treasure Island Dizzy. Dizzy also stars in Fantasy World Dizzy, and of course the original Dizzy. Available in most good software shops.
All right, available in most good software shops. Okay, great. So now we're ready to finish Treasure Island Dizzy. But do that on your own time, okay? We'll do some video games over here. Let's get to it. First up. Sorry, I slept for about 2 hours last night. And I almost feel like I'm coming down with something, which is weird. But here we are. Okay. First up, Michael wanted to see this game. You know, Dracula is an ongoing threat in video games everywhere, and it's fascinating to see what that guy is getting up to. And so, you know, with it being the month of October, it's a spooky month. You know, the classic Dracula laden video games here on the Nintendo. Let's maybe take a look at the next one of these here. It's a game called Come on now. Bram Stoker's Dracula. From your friends at Sony. And Psygnosis, huh? And Probe. Everyone worked on this. Bram Stoker, Probe. All right, here we go. Oh shit! Why is there no sound? Is there no sound? Okay, this just that's maybe the spookiest thing this game could have done. Is to all right, jump, attack, got it. Hey, Journey Through Transylvania, daytime, scene 1. Okay. Whoa. Like the turn animation is really slow, but... Oh, man. Okay, cannot swim. Oh man, what a horrible night to be Bram Stoker's Dracula. Am I supposed to be doing something? Whoa. Music starts over when you pause. These are like, you know, like, oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. This tree's down here, too. Gotta bait him out. I got no diamonds. I got no coins. What the All right, nighttime. I thought that was nighttime. What? It got dark and there were skeletons. What? Noises are great. Wait, those are trees. I thought they were spikes. This game is blowing my fucking mind, man. Okay. Oh shit, okay. If we win this fight, I think we get Dracula's rib. I assume we start at that light, right? That's got to be like a checkpoint. Yeah. Okay, so I can jump down from the... Oh, sleepy time. Thanks, Bram. Credits. Thanks, Skunk. You really knocked it out of the park on this one, Skunk. Andrew McCarthy. So I remember, because this is like based on the movie, right? There was like an early 90s Dracula movie there was Bram Stoker's Dracula, and then I want to say that this came to a lot of different platforms. Like, was there a Lynx version of this? Olaf Olafsson and Peter Dilley, like all the Sony leadership at the time getting theirs in this Sony ImageSoft release. Francis Ford Coppola. Is this the only time Francis Ford Coppola is credited on a video game? Okay, Dracula on the Lynx is a different thing. Okay, all right. I remember playing that game and being like, I don't know, not good at it, let's say. So it seems like I should be able to... There, okay, there. Oh, okay. If I jump up and down on it. So it's like all that level I just bypassed by just falling down on the left side instead of... Yeah. Oops. I found the speed run path last time. It's a little bit loud for me. I don't know how it is for you. Turn it down ever so slightly here. These like low-toned bleeps and bloops are really unsettling. And those things clanging like you're jumping on a garbage can lid is a choice. Ah. You kind of can't bail out. I guess maybe it... Am I supposed to bait him up here and then... Okay. All right, Simon Belmont lives on. That's this how I am, right? I don't... Gotta jump to flip the switch. Oh, good. Time Lord. Oh, I shouldn't. Okay, no, I'm good. Oh, God. The screen got dark and immediately I got shit on from above. Ah, ghosts! I thought this game was about Draculas. No one said anything about ghosts. There's a weird hand coming out of the walls. It's gonna take me back to the dungeon entrance if it catches me. It's pretty fucked up if you ask me. Ah! The jump scares are too much. This, you know, like, the thing I'll say is that, like, I don't know, when you think about a licensed game that looks like this, I think about really slow, shitty movement. I think about, like, a really slow-moving character with a jump that doesn't feel responsive and all of that. And I gotta say, other than the turn, which takes forever, this is like a, you know, better than I thought it was going to be, I guess I would say. Whoa. Jump! Okay, maybe the jump sucks. Maybe the jump is actually terrible. Yeah. Secret walls, man. Full of ghosts. Oh, I'm a wreck. Wait, what? Is this all the way back, or is it... And like all of these... All of these power-ups are just gone. All of the, you know, health or anything like that is just not here anymore. I guess I didn't go that far back. Let's go this way again. Oh, these hands, dude. Good. Good. The audio in this game is killing me. One hit takes so much. didn't even feel like I was landing hits there. Continue credits. Oh, man. Oh, you like do a butt stomp. Wait, that's the continue. I need that. Yeah, he literally has a butt stomp. Maybe I have to butt stomp the lady. Nope. This music is really harsh. I don't know if you noticed. But the audio in this game is really doing it to me in a bad... Like I said, I got 2 hours of sleep last night with teething children, I guess. Let's assume that that's why she was awake most of the night. Okay. Yeah, none of these hits... I don't know, she should be flickering or something when I hit her, right? Maybe I gotta dodge her for a significant period of time. She seems like she's getting faster. Or am I just crazy? Okay, well... How am I supposed to... Is there a switch I missed that would maybe put platforms there? At least I didn't have to do that part again. Well, great. I took a bunch of damage, and now I'm just as fucked here as I was last time. Oh, jeez. Oh. Maybe the answer is just jump better. No, nothing here? Just... Oh. Is that why that was there? To make sure that I wasted enough time to let the platform get away? If so, that's a neat trick. All right, one more. Trapped in Castle Dracula. Story of my life. The most insidious of Dracula enemies, ghost with gun. This is stupid. No animation at all on this lady. This fucking game. Yeah, there's like nothing there. That's got to just be there because they know that that's really funny, that people will like sit there and fuck with it going like, where's the hearts or whatever? And oh, okay, now we get rocks. Oh Jesus, whatever this dude's got go, he's sucking me in. Nice big area for this fight. Okay, so we need to jump this. Okay. I can only get like one attack in there if I'm careful about jumping the rocks, which I need to be more careful about jumping the rocks. And then you just like spawn in front of fucking bats flying into you. What a great fucking game this is. Jump too early. This guy looks like a biker. He looks like Lemmy. Like he's wearing like sunglasses or something. He's like a cool vampire. Great, yes. Put the rocks on the other side. And keep putting them there, yes! But if I don't turn around and start running immediately, he will suck me every single time. And he's just like standing there, unmoving, rocks firing out of him. It's what vampires do. They suck. I will say that this game is better than I thought it was going to be, but that doesn't mean it's good. Skunk. Skunk did his job. Skunk. Andrew McCarthy did his job. Barg. Ugh. Dust Brothers work on this one? Okay. Okay. Well, congratulations to Bram Stoker for his Dracula adventure. It's a very strange video game. Like again, it moves better than I thought it would. That's for sure. And you've got a weird butt stomp that you use to kind of crash through floors, which is interesting. And I don't know. There's like little bits and pieces of this that kind of got it. That you're like, oh, look at that. They're kind of making a video game here. It kind of has its own thing going on a little bit, but the kind of all the boss style encounters are really terrible. Lack of animation on that stuff is real bad. Just the general feel of the enemies and everything else about it's a real mess. But you could play it. There's a part of me that is like, oh yeah, I could play another few hours of this. I'm not going to, but one could. We got 380 games on the list. Is Bram Stoker's Dracula better or worse than Chiller? It's a better game. Dracula is a better game than Chiller. Chiller is scarier though. Much more spooky. Dracula is better than Deadly Towers. It's better than Bart versus the World. It's better than roller games. So I'm a similar level of intrigued by roller games and Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's like they're both bad games that make me go, bad game. This is a bad game I can get behind. It's better than Hattress. It's better than B-52. It's better than Mickey Mousecapade. It's not better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I think we found our zone here. It's better than Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It is better than that Captain America game. It's better than Chubby Cherub. But that's it. That's I mean that port of Joust is not Joust is still a better game, even in the context of the platform. Bram Stoker. When you fucking see this movie, you will be stoked. That's his promise as the Stoker. And so there you have it. It's our new number 280. Congratulations to Dracula. Very big right now. This guy. Castle. Upside down castle. Wherever Dracula is. I hope he's doing well. His rib. His eye. His heart. All that shit, y'all. Next up. Raymond wanted to see another game that sounds pretty scary to me. Who made this? Where did this come from? Oh, this is from, like, this is published by, like, Intellivision, which is weird. Under the name INTV Corp. It's a little game called Monster Truck Rally. I like this cartoonish rendering of the tires on this monster truck. 1990. Okay, so this is just like, hey man, come to the monster menu. Combo course, I guess. 2 laps, 2 trucks, 1 computer player. Sure. What am I? Okay. Oh, okay, I see. What the fuck? What did I... Why is that a problem? Got to shift down to first for this. So yeah, there's, you know, it's A button goes forward, B goes back thing. And then there's a weird, oh man, the way that the isometric angle is represent. This is fucking terrible. And so I have to let off A and then hit A again in order to kind of shift gears. It'll downshift automatically. I guess I didn't crush those cars, huh? This is like the most fucking low rent RC Pro-Am that I've ever... This is... Uh-oh. Like the way the changes in terrain are represented are really not... Like the camera angle is not doing it any favors, and it's man, wow. Very realistic sound effects. Oh, now we're trucking. It's a good thing I got a real truck. If this was like a Cybertruck game, this thing would have fucking fallen apart after the first bump. Would have never made it to this water. Water would have surely done it in. I mean, I don't know what the goal is. Should I crush cars because it's cool? I mean, yes, but also because this is a race, I probably should try to dodge the cars, right? Oh man, was that just lap 1? Pretty sure it was set to 2 laps. I thought I was already on my 2nd lap, but apparently not. Whoa! Man, it's really hard to get a sense for some of the perspective stuff, just because of the way the camera is set up. Like they clearly wanted to try to make it look at least a little bit like RC Pro-Am, and so they've gone for that camera angle in general, and you know, a similar size to the cars. More great audio for me to be hearing on 2 hours of sleep. Just like, oh, my head is pounding. Like that, right? This right here, of this like steep incline where they, you know, they can't even really show you the road anymore. Like this, like it's such a bad look. Like you're not really sure what you're driving into. You're like, oh, am I supposed to drive into the mud here and go between those flags? Like, no, that's not even a possibility. What the fuck happened there? It's the longest I've ever stayed up, is the question. Something like 50 hours, somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 hours. Yeah, we're hitting 3rd gear. We're really cooking now. Shit, son. Grave digger. No, I don't think it doesn't even have any licensed trucks, as far as I can tell. No Bigfoot, no Barefoot. The Goldberg truck wasn't even invented yet. I found the other truck. There's no continue doesn't do anything. Oh, neither does main menu. Oh, apparently I have to select. Good. This random track is going to be epic. So, you know, you can go into this track editor and probably make your own track. It's got track builder right here. But why would I do that when AI can make a video game for me? Wait, hey, are you gonna... What? Is there no green flag, no countdown, no nothing? Just the other truck starts going? Are you fucking shitting me? Real fun track we got here. Ah, I'm trapped here forever. Well, I'm way behind. I wanted to try another race to see if, you know, what I could do to stay competitive. But even on the lowest difficulty setting, the other car just goes. And so if you make a single mistake that lets it get away, it doesn't seem like it makes mistakes. It may not drive amazingly, but it is still not going to let you recover from getting trapped behind one of those barriers from the looks of things. Which is not awesome. I don't know. Like, you know, rubber band AI exists for kind of a reason. You know, give you a chance and keep things close and engaging, as opposed to, well, you're hopelessly in second place. You're never going to catch up, and have fun. This is a terrible game. Ah, some whoop-de-doos. No, I don't want to turn. Oh, I guess I have to. Okay, we have to. All right. Still gonna fucking lose. God damn it. Wait, how are you? We're both in third. How are you going fucking faster? Oh, I never shifted into third. I tapped the button, but it never got into third. Come on now. I think I still lost by just a tiny little bit there, huh? Yep. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, dude. The stage is set. The green flag drops. What the fuck? Why is there... Who made this track? Garbage dump video game. Bury it in a landfill. Make a documentary about it. That's Monster Truck Rally. I used to really like games that were like that just opened to this big menu of just like, set up whatever you want, dude. And didn't have anything resembling a progression or anything like that. You know, any kind of multiple races strung together where it's just like, here, man, like Racing Destruction set back on the Commodore 64. It was just like, yeah, turn the gravity to whatever you want and race, bro. I like the idea of that, you know. I like that it has a track builder. I like that it has a random track that will just throw stuff together. Not that that's any better. The problem is that every part that it's putting together sucks. Every part that it's assembling, whether it's pre-assembled or being assembled on the fly, it's bad. It's a bad video game. Monster Truck Rally. Yeah, this is from Intellivision, and you know, they did a Monster Truck game on Intellivision as well. I wonder if that one's any better. Probably not. But this, you know, it had support for the 4-player peripheral, which is funny, I guess, if nothing else. The idea of you know, being involved in this clusterfuck with three of your best friends. But boy, oh boy, that's like, yeah. It's the opposite of, like, while still being the same game, it is the opposite of RC Pro-Am. Every choice that Rare made while making RC Pro-Am, the developers of Monster Truck Rally made the other choice. And it shows. And, yeah, I don't know. There's something mildly intriguing about the idea of like the gearbox of like, okay, you have to shift, and the way they did that with on a 2-button controller. Though because of the way the steering works, they could have done that with like up and down on the D-pad if they really wanted to. I think that maybe would have been overly complicated, but you know, questionable camera perspective for some of the big drops that they try to put in there, and and all that, and it's just a miserable game to listen to and not much better to look at. And also, you know, like, not that it's germane to the science, but this game came out in like 1990? 91? That's ridiculous. So where's it go on our list? It's worse than Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's worse than Supercars. It's worse than Magic Johnson's Fast Break. It is worse than the adventures of Dino Ricky. Dino Ricky? Dino Ricky. Is it worse than Defenders of Dinotron City? Yeah, it is. It's worse than Castle Quest. It's worse than Dig Dug 2. It's worse than Caveman games. It's worse than Skate or Die 2. But it's better than Time Lord. It's worse than Friday the 13th. It's worse than WWF WrestleMania Challenge. But it is better than Dash Galaxy in Alien Asylum. So it's our new number 337. Wow. Wow, Monster Truck Rally. Wow. That is the actual name of that, right? I'm not... Okay, yeah. Oh man. Just the droning. I mean, you know, like a lot of racing games and driving games of the era were, well, that's a little weird. Yeah, there you go. But of course, you know, you look at that as a, you know, you think about that in the context of when it came out and the other games that came along and everything, you know, the idea of that coming out after a game like RC Pro-Am. Or even like Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. It's pretty ridiculous to see that thing. Just feels like they could have done quite a bit more there. They could have done more, you know, for whatever that's worth. Let's move on. Boy. Greg wanted the next one. It's baseball season for another few days here, I guess. And why not dip into a game? I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one. It is Tecmo Baseball. Now that I see the title screen, I know I have played this game. Oh, God. Safe. Use? Not use. Let's use. All right. Giants, Cubs. Do you want Robert or Steve or Mark or Stan? What about John? Like, the assumption is always there that the guys lower on the list are going to be better, like, relievers, and they might not have stamina. But, like, you see this ERA, and you're like, well, we should pick John, clearly. But is John going to only be around for, you know, 2 innings, 3 innings or something? Let's find out. John, if that is your real name. Strike. I hate games that have this perspective for batting. I think they're terrible. I think that, you know, there's something to the simplicity of a lot of other baseball games on the platform where when you add in the ability to swing high or low, which by pushing up or down on the D-pad I can do here, I think it's a layer of complexity that doesn't actually make the game better. What? Did he swing at that? Surely they didn't call a roller over the plate. They called strike. Okay. It also creates a weird thing when pitching where you have to kind of push up or down to select your speed. And then afterwards kind of pick the direction of the pitch, which is... the timing on that never feels good. A little high. Big hit. Frank Thomas? Oh, that's right. He was big hurt. And then what was Kirby Puckett the hit dog? Go. That's right. Cranked. The crime dog, yeah. What was the crime? What was that dude's name? Gruff. He played for the Brewers, right? Oh, that's right. Fred McGriff. Is it? Yeah, that's right. Right. This song feels like it's always about to go somewhere, and then it kind of doesn't. Tecmo is number 1. Maybe it's just the lack of sleep or something. Just gonna apologize in advance here. This music sounds like the music that would be played in a girl scene in a story-driven adult film circa 1986. Okay. Now this is just some good time music. This is some out on the town. There's nobody there. Oh, he didn't touch the... Wow. Like, that's interesting, right? It's interesting that, like, you can have those sorts of situations where it takes time for them to cover the base. But fuck that. But also, fuck that. Let it drop, man. Okay, there's already 2 outs. Yeah, get to the wall. Oh, that's not... This uses original 8-bit Nintendo baseball base running controls as opposed to every other baseball game that came after it. Man, come on. Kind of a bummer how much it slows down when the screen is scrolling. Uh-oh. Well, at least I got one. Oh, that guy ran home. I wasn't even... Very long single. Throwing all this high shit. Shit. The fuck was that? Are you kidding? Oh, man. That was a cool looking fucking play. I gotta give it that. John, you're grooving him out there. Come on. Whoa. Nope. Oh, I don't have any, like, idea of where the outfielders are at a given time. Because that's, you know, you kind of have to play a baseball game long enough to get a sense for that. Like, where you need to go and... Dive! What the fuck is the... I'm hitting the button and he's just freezing up. Well, this is great. I don't know that I ever would have made it in time to get that. There. Go ahead. Oh. Sure, man. Nice slow roller to the wall. Ugh. No, what? Oh. I could have... same thing of it giving me control of the first baseman. And not the guy who would have been actually in position to get that ball. Oh, God. No, that's not. I gotta come in. Oh, man. The comeback starts here. We only need 9, Rodney. There, they're not that guy. Well, man, Tecmo is number 1. Nope. Oh, that guy's right there too. That's right. Oh. Am I controlling every player at the same time? Yes, sort of. Starring Mark Wahlberg in theaters now. Fuck you. I didn't mean that. Dude, he runs so fast. Like, what do you know? Oh, fuck this, dude. Oh. Okay, at least he got the ball. Oh, could have had that one. Fucked it all up. It's the first ball we've thrown all game. Ball. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. These guys are just dicks. Okay, here we go. Heart of the order. Wesley goes yard. I remember this now. I remember that. Oh, yeah, great. Fighting it off. All right, Carl. Nope. Long single. Long single. Oh. Oh. All right, maybe we can get something going. If these fuckers would run. All right. Made the front page of the Tecmo Baseball Times. Crying, apparently. You know, the fielding's really peppy. Like, there's... Like, you really just, you know, you get that ball, it just snaps out of your hand immediately. There's, you know, some weirdness around them covering bases, but like in a weird way, it's kind of actually cool that, you know, you may have to like wait for the guy to get to the bag and cover it before you throw it there. I mean, ideally the throw would go to the guy who was moving to the bag so that he could keep moving and get the out, as opposed to the player always targeting the base with that throw. And so, you know, that's a weird... I think that's a bit much to ask for this platform when it comes to baseball games and all of that sort of stuff, you know. So that's maybe a bit much. I don't know. Like, as far as like that batting perspective and the high low pitch stuff that I really strongly dislike. I think it handles it pretty well. Like you do have time to kind of get a feel for what's coming your way, and whether you got to swing high or swing low, or, you know, like whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. It's very particular. I don't think it's nearly as good as, you know, the better baseball games on the platform, but it's okay. The music is fun. It's got a decent look to it. The home run celebration is a nice little fun, goofy thing. And yeah, I don't know. You know, DH you can use, you can not use. No, it's up to you. But where does that rank? Where do that rank? Also, it uses the old style NES baseball base running mechanics, which is like where you push the base that your guy is on as opposed to the base that your guy is running to, that everyone adapted pretty quickly. And so that's, I don't know, that's a worse control scheme for base running for sure. I mean, it's better than Time Lord. It's better than Caveman games. It's better than the Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. It is better than Ghoul School. It's better than Greg Norman's Golf Power. But like, this is starting to look right. It's better than Dick Tracy. It's better than Jurassic Park. It's better than Krusty's Funhouse. It's better than Nobunaga's Ambition, but like, it's probably in this zone. It's no Mock Rider, but it's better than Duck Hunt. It's not as good as Skate or Die. Yeah, it's, you know what? This is, is it better or worse than Ninja Kid? It's better. It's our new number 2, 3, 4. Mark that on your scorecard. Why does it do that? That's not the first time it's done that. That's really weird. Let's try again. Highlight list. No. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Number 2, 3, 4. Congratulations to Tecmo Baseball. Chili Bus wanted to see the next game. I'm angry already. For reason. Well, I don't know. We'll see if this is what I think it is, because it's a little something that they decided to call for whatever reason when they came up with naming this game when they had to bring it home. They decided that they were going to not call it by what it was, and instead they were going to call it Defender 2. Now, you may know this as an arcade game called Stargate, because that is what it is called. It's called fucking Stargate. But a lot of the home versions ended up being called Defender 2, presumably for some copyright reason around the name Stargate. "1988 HAL America." Pretty sure that's before the Stargate film. But is this one of the, I mean, because this has the Game A, Game B stuff, I wonder if this is one of those games that, like, HAL programmed years ago and then just took forever to come out. Wait, why are we playing Punch-Out music? Why do we have all these Punch-Out sound effects? What the fuck is happening? Whoa, why did I... Wait, that's not... Those are not the rules of... I feel like it is not making a noise when a humanoid is picked up, which is what it is supposed to. Is it that? Was it that low pitched? Was that the noise? It was not. No, that's one of those things shooting. What the fuck is happening? Why is this thing full of Punch-Out music? And sound effects? There we go. Okay, so it does make the noise. But when you collect a human in these games, it is supposed to be under your ship. And you have to land with it. I killed one. And you have to land with it to bring it back. Like this, like straight up rules of Defender that are not being followed here. Like that are like key to like not only so not only is it key for Defender as a concept, but you could warp levels. You could hold multiple humans on your ship. And I think it was like if you I want to say it was like if you had 4 guys hanging from the bottom of your ship and then you flew into the Stargate backwards because you can kind of flip around like that. And the arcade version worked differently. Oops, well, smoked that guy. That you would like warp ahead to it, like you'd skip levels. So this game I'm really fucking confused right now, man. Baiters. This is like missing a lot of the little, the Stargate added a lot of little text. It would say like, oh, all landers defeated, when you had killed all the guys that could pick up humans. And that's not here. The idea that I don't have to bring those guys back to ground is like just fundamentally fucking wrong. Like it's crazy that they, for whatever reason, did not duplicate that feature of the actual game. Really crazy. Also, the idea that it is just full of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out sound effects and music, and I'm really. Hopefully there's like a fucking 5-hour YouTube video breaking down like here's why this, like breaking this all down. Like how and why this occurred. What? That's well, like the deep dive investigation into the sound effects and music of Defender 2. Now I'm curious, what the fuck happens if I can't, what? I cannot go low enough to shoot the humans myself. They've taken that out of the game as well. I don't understand why you would make this. I like why you wouldn't. Like, did they run out of time in the decade plus they had to port Stargate to the fucking NES? Oops. What a weird fucking game, man. Holy shit. All right, so Williams obviously made the original game. Sub-licensed from Atari by HAL. But yeah, so there were a couple of I learned about this relatively recently while we were doing this that some of these, like I think Joust maybe was one of them, was a game that was coded super early on, like even potentially as part of Nintendo's pitch to Atari about publishing or about releasing this console in the States. And and that some of these games maybe didn't come out for like years later. Joust also is a similarly late release. I wonder if this is also one of those games. The way Joust was talked about when we were playing that, but like this music, like I'm really confused. I need to take a walk to the restroom while you listen to this music really quick, and I'll be right back, and we'll figure out what the hell we're gonna. I'm baffled. What the hell? So supposedly, yeah, that this audio was done before Punch Out. That's really. Let's try game B. I assume it's just harder. It feels like a ROM hack. Well, you know, for a game that has a 1988 date on it, I think that probably lines up, right? Of like, hey, here's a game that was probably made way before it shipped, because you would not port Stargate home in 1988. You just wouldn't. You would not do that work. There's no reason for that. But if you're HAL and you did that work years before, because you know Nintendo was pitching Atari, in, you know, what, 85 or 84 or whatever it was, then that suddenly makes more sense. And so I wonder if this work was done. And so that's why you would consider this as being done pre-Punch-Out, because obviously this game shipped in the States after Punch-Out. I don't know. Have to look it all up. But that's not why we're here. I want to let all the humans die because I want to see what happens. You know, it's a competent port of Stargate. It's really weird. Like, the audio is really strange, but in terms of, like, duplicating the way the camera has to work in these games, the way, you know, when you flip around, how it has to kind of put you at the back of the screen so you can aim and shoot at what you're going for. Like, it does that pretty well. It's just like they have not they've not gotten it right in terms of the rules of the game. And that's the actual big problem here. Steal that human. You're not going to do it? Or do they only take so many per level or something? All right, one left. Steal it. Let's blow up this plant. What? You're only supposed to get new humans every 5th wave. Did they take that out too? Could they just not handle that? Did they not? Like, was this like programmed in a hurry? This is I'm disgusted, honestly. This, like, with this specific aspect of what they have done. I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club, especially in the summertime. My parents would just kind of dump me there, and you hung out in a room with kids, and there was a basketball court, but that almost never got used. There's a pool table, and they had Tempest and they had Stargate. And so basically, you know, my mom would drop me off with a bunch of quarters, and I would play a lot of Tempest and Stargate. Really strange. I have to know now. I will have to investigate, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why does that game have all of those punch out music stings and sound effects and all of that stuff? Why does this HAL America Incorporated port of Stargate have all of that stuff in it? Obviously, HAL worked with Nintendo. You know, there's a lot of reasons why that stuff happens, right? But, like, what is the order of operations that led to that stuff? I think we can probably guess, right? I feel like, you know, I feel like the speculation here has probably been pretty accurate just now, but I don't know for sure. But I bet it's something like that. This is a decent game, but it is so far from Stargate in terms of rules and the tension that both Defender and Stargate have around rescuing the humans and all of that shit. Like, the stuff that they have bailed on in this version of the game is, like, shameful, because it is stuff that is like completely core to the experience. And so it kind of just makes it a different game with a lot less pressure in it. it's still difficult, you know. It shows it they shove a lot of enemies onto screen that are all chasing you down and fucking with you. And it's really crazy to see the liberties that were taken with it, because like none of the, like, very few of those things seem like things that you look at and go like, oh, the NES could not have done this. Like, there's, you know, you could have caught the humanoid on the ship and probably lowered it to the ground. That's something that is core Defender stuff. And it's weird that it's not here. But you know, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad game. You know, like it makes it a different game. Like it's if this was a list graded on port accuracy, this would be the fucking bottom of the goddamn list. Well, I don't know. We'd have that. I can't say that with certainty. But this is like a really weird. So many different omissions and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, like a lot of the other versions of so this is not the only, like, I think when they put it out now, like if they were to put out a compilation of games of this era, I think from a copyright perspective, like Warner Brothers, I assume, who probably owns this stuff now, I believe they would have to call it Defender 2, even the arcade version of the game. Like there are emulated arcade versions of Stargate that are listed as Defender 2 now because of, you know, whatever happened with the name. Sort of like how Capcom fucked up and didn't keep the trademark to the term Commando. So when they did that XBLA game, they had to call it like Wolf of the Battlefield, whatever, you know, they couldn't just call it Commando 3 or whatever they wanted to call it. You know, Defender 2, it has just become the canonical name for this game now. And I believe there were reports prior to this one that were called Defender 2 instead of Stargate. It's not the first one. And it probably won't be the last. Anyway. Where does it go on the list? Like it's decent. There's no life in it, you know? It is merely just get here and shoot the stuff, and the stakes are way lower because, you know, in the original version of the game, when you blow up all the humanoids, then it's all mutants until you can get to a every fifth wave, you get a fresh batch of humans. And so if you lose all your humans in like wave 2, then you got to deal with 3 waves with no planet and all mutants, and it's fucked. It's fucked. It's a difficult fucking game. And this doesn't even seem to do that because it just gives you humans all over the place. It's gross. It's gross. The Stargate just seems like it kind of just takes you. Yeah, it takes a little too long to go through it in some cases. And I don't know. The pacing of it doesn't feel good. You almost wish that like at this point they've taken so many liberties with what the game is that you look at it and go like, oh well, you know, the things they do with the camera that are, you know, more accurate to the arcade original and stuff like that. Like they could have just separated from that and made something even more different, you know. But like that's not their goal. Was to probably make an accurate game. But I wonder if, I have some theories about where this game came from and why, and also why it's missing some of that stuff. But again, that doesn't really matter. I think in terms of just like, you know, hey, arcade games ported home and stuff like that, like this is worse than, what do we got up here? Like it's worse than Xevious. It's worse than Donkey Kong 3. It's worse than Karate Champ. You know, it's worse than Tennis. It's not as good as Dirty Harry. Is Defender 2 better or worse than Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylaus? Spondylus? Spondylus? It's worse. It's worse than Popeye. Is it better than this port of Bump and Jump? It's snappy, you know, like Bump and Jump. This is an okay port of Bump and Jump. Ultimately, you know, they took some weird liberties here as well. So we're probably talking somewhere in here. It's better than a remote control. Is it better or worse than pinball? That's a tough one. I would much rather play pinball. But what does the science say? It's better than pinball. It's better than pinball. It's not as good as The Legend of Kage. It is better than Isolated Warrior, but it is not better than Spiritual Warfare. It's our new number 208. Congratulations to Defender 2. Defender 2. Disgusting. A disgusting name. But, I mean, they changed so much about it that, you know, hey, maybe actually having the different name on it is the right move in a weird way. Okay. And there you have it. Defender 2. Thanks to Chili Bus for that one. Let's move on. This is one that we did not get to last week. And we're going to get to it this week. It's from your friends at Acclaim. Cam Gears wanted to see this one. Play the song, man. What the hell, Airwolf? Play the music. Though this has kind of a beat to it, too. Atari Teenage Rock. This is the new Airwolf theme. And then it just picks up the music where it left off. That's funny. Just scroll the Acclaim logo on there real quick. Let the people know. Yes. But we are in desperate trouble. We got a knife, we got a bullet, some glasses. One of these things will help you in your helicopter. Those madmen have taken more prisoners. We have to go on until we bring the last one home, okay? All right? That's all the info we have to go on. Good luck. Oh, God. did they just fucking appear? Stringfellow Hawk. So Airwolf was a television show about a helicopter. And the music was sick. I hate the way that the music just kind of picks up midstream in game, like the menu kind of whatever, but this screen with the color. Just go in, get the prisoners, and get out, and leave the worrying to us. We need you, son. Go out there and bring our people home. Like, this was mindless. So because this is a helicopter and not a plane, the y-axis is not reversed the way you think it would be. And that's weird. Oh, okay. That knife's going to close on somebody's hand. It's going to be a real bummer. Those madmen have taken more prisoners. We have to go on until we bring the last one home. All right, looks like we got 2 sets of prisoners this time. That's all the info we have. Get out there and helicopter it up. This is not tricky, this part, I'll say. They're right behind me. Move. That was some intense extra storytelling there, I guess. Enemy radar has detected your craft. Okay, when does the level end? I mean, I got all the guys, I guess. Do I need to shoot a certain number of planes down? Like, I see a number of planes on the bottom, but it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm... Those madmen have taken more prisoners. I'm glad that this is here every mission. Those madmen. Hit them hard, Hawk. We need these people back. Was the Airwolf music this good when it originally released? Yes. Absolutely yes. Uh-oh. The locals aren't friendly. Yeah, I noticed, lady. I guess let's try and get to the fuel dump. If these guys will let us. Oh, geez. Yeah. Cracked my windshield. Like it says 50. Oh, that's 15 missiles. Okay, that's how many missiles I have. That's not even. Yes, great theme. The guy's name was Stringfellow Hawk, and that's all I can tell you. That's all. That's all I can remember about fucking Airwolf. This game is not awful, but yes. Well, yeah, I it's hard because the Blue Thunder, Ernest Borgnine was in. Yeah, but yes, Ernest Borgnine was in Airwolf, right? He was the other pilot in Airwolf, and then Blue Thunder. There was the movie and the TV show. All right, 3. It's hard to get away from those missiles, man. Let me go down to that fuel dump. What are we doing? Speed 0? What the... Why? Like we hit the border and it stopped us from moving? Or like what... Fucking go. What? Okay, I'm hitting up. I'm hitting buttons. I'm hitting... Okay, I hit start. And start is apparently speed control. And it fucking cycles from 0 to 600. Oh no, it's stopping me because I'm... I see. Uh-oh. Oh, I can land at the airfield? Oh, no. Are they scrambling to... I'm not sure what I fucked up there. Go. Get there. Ah. Okay. pretty straightforward flight sim. Not the worst. Like you could play it. I don't know that I would want to play much of it, much more of it than we have played right here. But yeah, I don't know. Like in some ways, it feels more like a tech demo than a game, because it's just like, here's the same mission over and over again, and like that aspect of it feels really slapped together. Of just, hey, go in here, collect these guys, ladies. I guess they're all ladies. You can refuel and, you know, fix your damage if you can get there, and there you go. But yeah, it doesn't. It feels like a demo of like, hey, we're gonna come up with more mission ideas in the final game, and then they didn't. You know what I mean? It just does not feel like a finished product. Dodging the missiles and some of the abilities at your disposal, like you don't feel quite nimble enough. I mean, the whole point of Airwolf was that it was like a jet helicopter, like, you know, like it had insane mobility. And I guess in the context of this fight, you are taking out multiple fucking fighter jets. So I suppose that's, you know, represented here in some way. But it's still, it doesn't feel like you have enough tools at your disposal. You've just got like, here's 15 missiles, and like the lock on is like, they don't really let you know what you're locked on to. So if you're trying to hit something specific, you don't really get that. You know, there's not really, because they would do like whisper mode, like it had like, you know, hey, here's our stealth helicopter because we got to come in for a landing or whatever. Like that's not really represented as well. It's just like, here's a dumb helicopter game that plays like a flight sim of the era, honestly. Like, yeah, you know, going back to even some of the Micro Prose stuff on computers would have 9 different views, and you could look out the side of your Strike Eagle, your F-15, and, you know, you could do all that stuff and drop bombs and shoot missiles and whatever. But a lot of it came down to stuff that looked a lot like this, just slower because the computers were not as powerful as the NES was. And so this just feels like a very basic flight sim. But that's it. Not necessarily bad. It's not a great game, but it's, you know, better than you might think when you hear Acclaim made a licensed video game for the 8-bit Nintendo. You might hear that and go, okay, we're in for it now. But this was not nearly as bad as that might initially sound. Where's that put it on our list? Where does that put it on our list? It's a better game than Galaxy 5000 Racing in the 51st Century. It's not as good as Solstice, The Quest for the Staff of Deimos. It's no Spelunker. It is no Mylan's Secret Castle is a better game. It is better than Eliminator Boat Duel. It's better than Flight of the Intruder. It is slower paced in some ways, but like I think the combat is just a little bit easier going, and just like, hey, just get out there and get it done, than it is in Flight of the Intruder. But like it's, Super Off-Road's a better game. James Bond Jr. is a better game. Pinbot is a better game. Base Wars is a better game. Is it better or worse than Fist of the North Star? Maybe that's our actual... It's it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. This is our new number 213. Airwolf. Who would have thought? Not quite a top 200 game. But that's a game that could have been way worse, I guess I would say. What the hell? Why? That just started happening today. I don't know what happened, but it's very frustrating. Okay. Copy. Paste. There we go. Where did we end up here? It was like 212, somewhere around. Yeah. Airwolf, number 213. Congratulations to Airwolf. All right. Next up, Anders has been wanting this one for a long time. And today we're finally going to play it. It's a light gun game. And it's a little something called To the Earth. $1989. I wonder if I can... Okay, now you can at least see a cursor. I think this game is crazy. I've played a fair amount of this on a real console. And I feel the same way about it here as I do there, playing with a mouse. That this shit just happens too fucking fast. Like that. These fucking things zip in super fast. And you get to this point here where they just start dumping missiles on you. And you're like, wait a minute. Oops. I think I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to shoot the E there to refuel? Is that what it is? So yes, this is, you know, again, I've played a fair amount of this previously. And I gotta tell you, man, this game, it was always mysterious because you're like, oh, in 1989, there was a first party, like this was one of those games that kind of came out after I stopped paying attention to the NES as much. And it was just like this weird, like this and that, like, was it like Barker Bill's Trick Shooting or whatever the fuck it's called? You're just like, oh, wait, like there was like a first party published light gun game in 89? Really? Why? And this was not developed by Nintendo, it turns out. You know, they outsourced or they picked this game up or whatever, but... And so you wonder if it's like, oh, well, they were still selling packages that included the Zapper. And so when that set came out, they needed to have something more than Hogan's Alley and Duck Hunt and like Wild Gunman, which... Condition yellow. It's funny that the scroll slows down ever so slightly when you are shooting a bunch. Of course, I think that dumps your energy out as well. But it's weird, you know, because the way the Zapper works, like you see the hitboxes every time you pull the trigger. And so you see where these hitboxes are, but it never feels like if you're right on the missiles that it actually works. It's a really weird... And so, you know, it's a generic space shooter. And so in some ways, I think conceptually, you would look at this and say, well, this is significantly beyond what a game like Duck Hunt did. And while I would agree with that, here's the other thing. This game sucks shit. Condition yellow, everybody. Like, these missiles being let off on the bottom third of the screen is just fucking brutal. And so you're sitting there with the Zapper trying to fucking line these shots up, and you're like just constantly bottom of the screen with it. It is a miserable light gun game. And just a fucking bone stock, but just boring ass concept of just like, hey man, it's space. There's ships. Sometimes they shoot back. And like, wow, it's got all the interactivity of Astron Belt, except Astron Belt looks cool. Oh, Astron Belt. It's 2015. The Regossians have invaded the Earth with a dastardly bacteriological weapon. You got to bring the antibacterial agent from the Neptune allied. Look, just bring it. You got to go to the Earth. Save it. I'd rather play Mad Dog McCree. It's more interactive. Condition Yellow, everyone. Is this the most obscure Nintendo published game ever? Probably not, but like, it is definitely like a weird, like when you, it's strange. It is like a weird fit for the time, and then yeah, Condition Yellow is a bad time. It's a bad fucking time. I can't imagine it costing much to develop. Yeah, I suppose that's a silver lining, is, you know. To me, it feels like just notches ahead of, you know, unlicensed games in a lot of ways, you know, but barely. In terms of its presentation and stuff, like, it's just so bland. And when you think about the things that Nintendo tends to do well, it's that they can take bone stock concepts and infuse them with so much character that you sometimes forget that a game is maybe a little plain. Like, that's the neat trick, is they, you know, audio-visually can sell you a thing that might not otherwise be worth your time. Now, this is a game developed externally, so, you know, you could argue that, like, oh, well, you know, hey, if R&D 1 made this game, you know, or whatever, if you want to... R&D 1 made Barker Bill's trick shooting. That's funny. Because I don't think that game... I think the game's maybe a little better. Not much. Not much. Oh, we got to hit some of these ships, man. We got to get our energy back or we're fucked. Again. And I'm not going to do this again. So there you go. That's To the Earth. It goes on like that. And just it is a miserable experience. I mean, not great with a mouse, but I actually think it's worse with the zapper. And it just is not inventive, and it's not there's just nothing here. And for not that all of the other light gun games are the deepest concepts in the world, but hey, it's no Gumshoe. That much is for sure. It reminds me of like a game that would have come to the Super Scope, which is maybe a weird thing to say, but like the software that was brought out for the Super Scope was like, nah, not awesome. And not much of it either. Imagine a world where they made a sequel to Duck Hunt, but you had to use a bazooka to play it. I wonder what that would have been like. That would have been funny, at least. I don't know. The game where you blow up the robots. That's whatever the fuck it was called. Was not bad, but like this game weirdly feels like a game that like if it could have just been another throwaway Super Scope game or something, weirdly enough. And so it's like a strange, it feels like a weird kind of half game, a pack in, whatever you want to call it. There's just not that much going on. And that's compared to other light gun games on the platform. I mean, like Duck Hunt is like has more character, has like better little musical stings, and like the multiple modes. Even clay pigeons is something more than what To the Earth has going on. Hogan's Alley, forget about it. You can shoot those cans. Whew, that's gaming. This stuff just feels like, in some ways, it feels a little bit too fast for the zapper. Also, there's just like right out of the gate hitting you with that stuff, like very small hitboxes on some of those enemies as they're coming in, and the missiles move quickly and are only traveling over the bottom third of the screen, and so it's like a weird situation of just like you're kind of like it feels very stacked against you right out of the gate. And it's not good. It's not good. It's worse than Gumshoe, that's for sure. It's no Street Fighter 2010 The Final Fight. You'd be better off with a copy of Ghoul School. American Gladiators is somehow more engaging. Like it. You'd be better off with Deadly Towers. Honestly. The question that's rattling around in my head here as we play this little game here is actually this. Chiller is a more engaging light gun experience. Like, it's clunky. It feels weird, and in the way that a lot of unlicensed games do. Chiller has character, at least. Like, it's got something happening in it. It's dumb. It's weird horror nonsense and a bunch of hidden walls and stuff. But, like, that's something. To the Earth doesn't even have that. It's got its fights later on, like the bigger battles and all that. But, like, that stuff just does not make that game any better. To the Earth, I think is a miserable light gun experience just from the way it is paced, to the options at your disposal. Like it just feels, and separately from that, it feels so out of place for when it came out. Of just like, really? This is the next generation, the second wave of light gun games after all the stuff you made in the early days. You decided to make a couple more. And this is where we are now. Like, this sucks. This sucks. I think it's better than Back to the Future. But yeah, Chiller is a better game. Chiller is a better game. To the trash is more like it, is what I'm saying. To the dumpster for being set on fire. And there you have it. Our new number 367. A funny thing happened. This has actually never happened before. But that's all the games I have listed for this week right now. We've got a little bit more time, so I'm going to pull up the list of suggestions, which you can add to over at patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann if you want to sign up for the old Gerstmann advisory panel. And see if we can find something else that we can fit into the time we have remaining. Pac Mantis suggests Rollerball. Let's do it. Let's do Rollerball. I don't know that I've ever played Rollerball. Let me fix this real quick here. All right. All right. Will this have punch out sound effects too? Oh, it's going places now. Nope, just down here. We're going to play Skyscraper. I think I maybe played the Japanese version of this. No, maybe not. Okay, like any good fake pinball machine, it's got a slot machine on it. And you have to shoot around that loop just like it was Kirby in Kirby's Pinball Land. That noise is straight out of Kirby's Pinball Land. Which, as we all know, is the best Kirby game. I like this little ramp up to this top area. But yeah, you definitely see, like, this is interesting because you see some of the bones in terms of sound effects and stuff, and a little bit of table layout of things that appeared in Kirby's Pinball Land. In some ways, this is like the missing link. When it came time to make that game, did they just say, "Oh, we've already got some sound effects ready"? Actually, maybe I should look. This was '88, so when did Kirby's Pinball Land come out? It wasn't that. Would have been after this, but. '93. Oh, I guess that's a lot later than I thought it was. The physics on this feel fine. Come on, get in there. I don't really have any nudge control or anything like that. It could use more going on. Like, this is a really wide open area with just these rollover targets here. Okay. Lock the gun initiated. Come on. Nah! Oh, okay. There's another screen down here. See, I should have some like knock-around nudging control here if they're going to do a one of those weird open lane things on the right side down there. There we go. Okay. This is pretty decent. It could maybe be a bit friendlier on the scroll because it scrolls and keeps moving at a high speed, and so, you know, like, it doesn't really give you a lot of time to figure out, like, okay, here's where this flipper is on this screen. so I need to be ready to hit it here, and you know. I showed you my exit hole. Please, right back. It could use a little bit more stuff happening, you know? It's a little plain. Jeff, I've said this before, but I think you deserve a midlife crisis Stern purchase, Godzilla or a Jaws, perhaps. No, man, I am done. My pinball ownership days, I think, are over. I don't. I do not have the time or desire to perform the upkeep on a pinball machine. I like pinball a lot, and there's definitely some machines I would like to own. If I was going to get back into pinball, it would be to get like an F-14 Tomcat or a high speed, maybe even a high speed 2, maybe even a Bonsai Run, though that's more gimmicky than good. Black Knight or a Black Knight 2000, that would be cool. But like I don't the Stern tables are cool, but they're not, I don't know, like I do not feel any like real attachment to them, insofar like I don't want to own any of them. If I was going to make space for a pinball machine, it would be for one that I know that I could play fucking every day forever and still be into it. And none of those Stern machines have proven that they are that. Come on. Yeah, see, if I could, not being able to move the ball around, not being able to shove the table or anything like that is unfortunate. No. We're not gonna. But let's see what the match play. I mean, I assume that's a multiplayer mode. Oh, right. I do remember seeing this. This is a neat idea. Now, if you have the 6 keys to re-election, one of which is who wins in match play in rollerball, then okay, that's a neat idea. 1988, huh? All right, Rollerball. All right, Rollerball. That's pretty good. It's very plain though, you know? Like it feels like it needs a little bit more action than it has. And, you know, if you could move the ball, obviously that would be a big step in the right direction, especially with the table that they've laid out. Like they've put things on this pinball table that you specifically would want to be able to jerk the machine around a little bit to solve. And you can't. And that is weird. So, yeah, it needs a little more zip, a little more zing, but the ball physics feel pretty good for what it is. It has a slot machine, which again, it has a bunch of sound effects that were later used in Kirby's Pinball Land, which is a hell of a game. As I said last week, I got all the retro achievements in Kirby's Pinball Land. It feels real good. I had a good morning with it and knocked out the rest of them that I needed. I was like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. But a great game, not super difficult, but a good ass time. Kirby's Pinball Land. That's neither here nor there. Rollerball is no Kirby's Pinball Land, but it does have some things going for it. It's certainly better than To the Earth. It's like, I guess I gotta say it's better than Pinball Quest. That's again, it hurts my heart to say that, but Pinball Quest is a great idea that doesn't get it done. It's ambitious, but especially when you go back and play it now and see that game for what it is, it's kind of a mess. This game, significantly less ambitious, I would say, but better execution. And I think that there's value there. But how much value? Not much more, honestly. Like if we're looking at this, we're looking up the list here. If we're looking up the list here, like it's no Gumshoe, it's no Fester's Quest, like it's not. Let's think this through here, because where is actual Nintendo ass pinball on this list? Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's think about it. Is Rollerball better than Mock Rider? It's interesting. This is an interesting one because I think that Rollerball is like technically better, but also like there's a purity to regular ass pinball. In terms of the table layout and the bonus stages and all of that is a lot of fun. That said, Rollerball just controls a little bit better in the flippers and the physics of the ball and all of that. I think that works out pretty well. But like all told, pinball is a better game. it's just got a little bit more going on, you know? It's just got more stuff on the table. It's still and it also has a slot machine, which, as we know, is key if you're making a fake pinball machine. So when we think about it here, okay, so if we're below pinball, you know, it's no Battletoads. It's better than that shaky Porta Bad Dudes. It's better than Yo Noid. It's better than Hudson's Adventure Island 1. It's better than Trog. It is better than Puznik. It's better than that shitty Port of Rainbow Islands. Shitty is harsh, but you know what I mean. It is better than Hogan's Alley. It's not as good as Captain Skyhawk. It's is it better than the Ultimate Stuntman? Yeah. It's our new number 232. Yeah. Okay. And so is our new number 232. Let's take a look at that. Try it on for size. Why would it do that? There we go. And there you have it. Rollerball. Not quite as good as Captain Skyhawk. But it's better than Mach Rider. Better than the Ultimate Stuntman. And that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for suggesting games this week. This was an interesting mix of games. There was stuff on here that I certainly had not seen very much of, if any of. And nice to get another baseball game in. We've got a handful of those. The kids have not been sleeping through the night very well lately. If you want the behind-the-scenes reason why there has not been more bonus episodes of like, hey, let's do all the baseball games, or hey, let's get some of these role-playing games going. It's because the nights have been really weird around here for a while, and so that has kind of held off on that recording. But that stuff's on the list, and hopefully we're getting past it. And last couple of nights have been good for two of the kids, but then suddenly bad for one of them. And so it's yeah. So I'm on about 2 hours of sleep, and I feel like crap. On top of that, there's this thing that they sell. It is the best thing for when your babies don't know how to blow their own nose because they're babies. You have to use tools to clear their nose. You have to suck gunk out of their nose, and there are a lot of different things that do this. Little turkey baster like solutions. None of those have the suction you need. And so the thing you end up using, I actually have it right here. The thing you end up using is this. And this end goes in the nose. This end goes in your mouth. And you suck the snot out of their nose. There's a filter in here to prevent the gunk from getting to you. So it's not quite like siphoning gas. But the filter is not only so good. And so you can clean the filter, you can price the filter, but at the end of the day, If the substance is watery, a little bit of it is going to get through to you. Try that on for size. A lot of people that don't have kids have never heard of that concept, and so I always like to tell people that is accepted as the actual best way to do this. Like parents are like, oh yeah, no, that was the only thing that works. That thing was awesome. It's the only thing that works. And I think what may have happened is in the process of doing this, I may have caught a little bit of a baby cold. I feel fine, but there's just I got a little something, a little tinge. But I don't think it's going to develop into anything worse. But I think I may have caught a little bit of something from the baby while using that thing, which is uncool. but what are you going to do? That's going to do it. So the Friday thing is up in the air. Let me check my email here because I'm waiting on an email with details about a thing I'm supposed to go do on Friday. And I have not received anything as of yet. I am checking, and no, I have still. If I don't get details on that in the relatively nearish future, I may be here on Friday streaming. Especially if this fake cold I have turns into something else, then I will almost certainly be here on Friday. But the plan is why we're recording this on Wednesday is because I'm going to be out and about, getting some stuff done and seeing some folks in some games. But I don't have the details yet on that stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. It was a last minute thing that it's kind of, it is what it is. Yes, assuming that shows up and it's all fine and I'm all fine, then I will not be here on Friday with any streams. Otherwise, maybe I'll see you Friday. I don't really know what I'll do. I don't really, maybe we'll just rank another batch of games. I don't know. We'll figure something out for Friday. I'll look at the games I have and the embargoes of said games and see if there's anything that lines up fun. But I think everything I have is like later, like 24th, 25th, somewhere in there. But anyway, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.